Now let's continue today's message with Dr. Von Peets.
And they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Then Mordecai commanded and answered Esther, "Think not with thyself that thou shalt escape the king's house more than all the Jews. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from other places. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And whom knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom," help me out, "for such a time as this." He's saying if you withhold from approaching the king, you've been given this privilege now. You have access now. If you withhold approaching him for your people, you and your house will die, and God will raise up another to save his people. God will do it yet another way. And so he gives them word, tell her that she's come unto the kingdom. Help me again, for such a time as this. Then Esther bade them return Mordecai this answer: "Go gather all the Jews that are present at Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish," help me out, "I perish." So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. Now we're going to read a little more here in just a minute, because there's so much to this story. It's so rich, it's so full. But again, in just giving you the outline of what's taking place, the Jews are about to be destroyed. And there's the need now to bring salvation to them. It sounds like they need a Passover. This is identical, really, to what was taking place back in Egypt when the decree had gone forth to destroy all of the firstborn. And so death and destruction was about to come to Egypt and to the Jewish people in Egypt. And in God's miraculous providence, he's able to spare his people by establishing a table. We call it the Passover table. And the Jewish holiday Passover is coming up soon as well. But this story is really a similar story, or part of it is a similar story, speaking to the fact that here we have an entire nation of people, again, that are about to be destroyed, and something needs to be done to spare this entire nation from death and destruction. Satan has moved upon this one man who was convinced, the king in ignorance, that these people need to be destroyed. Tell the person next to you, they need a Passover. So we're going to see here as we continue to read the things that Esther begins to do. Now, she had already given the decree to Mordecai. Now I'm about to do something unlawful. This is going to hit in just a minute. I just saw something tie into another part that we haven't even reached yet. I'm about to do something unlawful. So get with everybody. Tell them to fast. Tell them to fast. Tell them to pray. Tell them all to put on sackcloth and fast and pray with me as I come up against the government which has established a law contrary to what I'm about to do. I'll do it for the sake of my people, and if I perish, help me, I perish. So she puts these things in motion. They begin to fast. They move into the 3 days of grieving. Now let's pick up at chapter 5. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther, now we could preach on that all by itself, I don't have time to go there, that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house, and the king sat up on his royal throne in the royal house over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court. Now here it is. This is the moment. She has no business being in there. She has not been invited. She has not been invited. The law states that you are not allowed to approach the king in this manner. But when he saw Esther the queen standing in the court, she obtained favor in his sight, and the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be given unto thee to the half of the kingdom. Now this is so sweet. This is so sweet because again, the law stated you are not allowed to approach the king without an invitation. But for his beloved, he held out the scepter and said, Come. And said, Come. And then went on to ask her, What is your request? Even unto the half of my kingdom. Now, how many of you know not everyone could approach the king like that? Only his bride could approach him like that. I read where we're the bride of Christ and we're able to approach him like that. Tell the person next to you, I can go see him whenever I want. I don't need an appointment. I don't have to be on his schedule. He'll stop what he's doing. He'll stop what he's doing to spend time with me. I can go and be with him whenever I want to.